for your kids when they want to go off to school in the morning and you want to be there, right? There's a lot of things that people can do. Choosing Vive as a vehicle to get you to your net result is a pretty good option. Considering that if you can believe in our vision and embrace the mission and participate in that, then you know where you're at. So, what is it that we sell? We do have better products. We do offer products that allow people to live a better life. So, what's the size? Our flagship product is Autopilot. Now, when it says it's a massive opportunity, that's a massive understatement. Because the deregulated energy space, 50 million meters, and less than 30% have ever even made the choice. That means there's tens of millions of meters that have never one time made the decision to change their energy supplier. It's a massive opportunity, and massive is a massive understatement. So, we set the stage for the fact that our primary product has a massive market that is untapped and underutilized. So, why don't more people switch? Why is it? Have you ever met someone who's never switched their energy supplier? What was the logic that they gave you?
They didn't know.
Believe it or not, that is still a massive segment of the market that people still just have no idea that they have a choice. They don't even realize that they have the opportunity to exercise that choice, to choose a supplier. So, price, trust, bait and switch. Have you ever had anybody not switch because they feel like there's some gotcha? Right? I'm going to do something, or I've read enough, or I've heard enough stories, not of interest to me, don't want to switch. Fatigue and disengagement. The process is they keep getting the door knockers, they keep getting the top. You're just exhausted of even listening to the story about you should choose, you have the right to choose. Fatigue and disengagement is an absolute a reason why someone hadn't switched. No transparency billing, they just find it's too confusing. Right? I just don't want to. I don't want to tackle that monster. What would be the value of me trying to do it for a few pennies? What they don't realize is it's not a few pennies, it's lots of dollars. And it's a hassle. They just don't understand the process. So these are all things that walls that people throw up as to why they wouldn't. And who has the time for it? Like, who has time for this stuff? I got an A game. I got things I got to do. I got kids. I got baseball games to go to. I got other things. I don't want to have to worry about that. So wouldn't it be nice to take that away from that hassle, that responsibility, the trust factor, and just eliminate that all from the equation? So what we've learned is that every challenge that presents itself, is it not just an opportunity?
Absolutely.
You're a perfect example of turning challenge into opportunity, which I love. So to me, Autopilot is the solution. And for us to be able to create the need is out there, and then be able to satisfy that need with our product or service, there is a marriage here that's happening. This is the most innovative product to hit deregulated energy space in forever. Since the idea that someone could buy low-cost energy that was also responsible, that was a pretty good idea. Whoever's going with that idea. This is the next innovation in the retail energy space. So, Cami went over this slide, talked through the whole point to Autopilot, how it provides that value, how it takes those negative mental approaches to the retail energy space or the third-party supply. It researches all the plans. It goes through and it's constantly pinging and looking on an automated basis. It's looking for the best value. Please don't ever, as consultants, say that you will always be on the lowest rate, because the lowest rate is not always the best value. There's a combination between time that you have to commit to a particular plan. Someone wants to sign you up for a 3-year term, it might be a better rate, but you're locked in, and if the market drops out, you end up paying above the utility for an extended period of time. Was that really the best value? So value is not always tied to price. Our system does not always look for what's the best price and we're going to put you on there, because oftentimes those prices our loss leader prices, and where's that going to put the third-party supplier's mindset in working with us if all we're doing is ramming their lowest price product at them all the time? That's a loss leader for them. So they would end up losing money, and there's no value for them working with us. So our sweet spot is above their cost, below the price to compare, short-term contracts that we can constantly take advantage of a changing market. That's our sweet spot. And the system does that automatically. So, second, select and enroll. So let's take the process out. Remember, it's confusing. It's a bait and switch process. It's too confusing of a process. I don't have time for this, right? Those are all the excuses. We're referencing back to the reasons why they wouldn't want it. Take that off the table. Monitoring the market. So markets change all the time, don't they? How many of you have ever looked at an energy product, signed up for a term, however long that may be, but ultimately it went against you because the market changed? It looked great at the time. You were below the market, trends were looking, but things change, right? So one of the things that really provide the value are these focused short-term contracts. So we know we can lock in, but we're not locking in for a long period of time in the event things change. Our risk is mitigated based on how long we lock into something. Switch or renew. So this is done automatically on your behalf. You sign a limited power of attorney or a letter of authority when you become an Autopilot customer, gives us the right to switch your energy on your behalf. It's very important that you train your people to set it and forget it. This is like a financial manager, but for your energy service. So clearly it will have your best interest in mind, and it will continually monitor. Now where we really provide value is we over-communicate to our customer. Radical transparency. If we cannot save you money, guess what? We will tell you. We are not the right fit for you right now. There's nothing of value we can provide you in your market. We will contact you as soon as we can provide value. Now, the majority of the time, we're going to be able to provide value, we're going to get them on, but it may change. So what happens in that scenario where we sign somebody up and for their first contract, it's great. We're able to communicate with them every month, show them there's value, show them their lifetime earnings, show them their earnings on this contract, show them the estimated savings of savings, their estimated savings on the next contract. Well, then all of a sudden the market changes and we can't provide value. What do we do as a company? We shift them back to the utility because we can now no longer, based on the change in the market, provide them a value proposition for their market. Okay, so we switch it back. But guess what? It takes 1 to 2 billing cycles to do that whole process. So once we get through that process, then we stop billing them. And we let them sit on their price to compare their local incumbent utility until we can provide value. Are we not being transparent to the customer? Mm-hmm. So the last thing we want is our customer to be asleep. We want our customer engaged in the process, at least on the level that they are aware of everything that's going on. So much so that we actually provide them a virtual office for them to log in and see their account. Then we also provide them the ability to refer a customer to get a free month service. Refer 5, get 5 free months. Refer 10, get 10 free months. How would you love, how many of you are jonesing to get on the ViV Autopilot product? How would you like to never have to pay your monthly $6 or $8 or $3 or whatever your usage is? How would you like to never have to pay for that? Point would be is refer, refer, refer. Now as a consultant, we're going to pay you compensation, so we're not giving you a free month. But that's the story that you're telling your customers, because you want them to be an extension of you. How many of you think you literally could put 20 people on Autopilot as customers? Oh. How many of you would love it if they just referred 2 apiece? Yeah, 60 customers. Do you think they would refer more than 2? If they knew they were getting a month free, they knew it was benefiting your business, and they knew that they were guaranteed to save over a period of a year? Does this look like a disruptor to you? Mm-hmm. So you're starting to see the value of the slides in the preparing and the preparation for really selling our flagship product. We have the access for the reporting, for the mobile reports, so someone can pull up and see, oh, I see, this is my price. I see that my price to compare dipped down below 1 month and I ended up paying more on that month, but I can see on my next screen that I've saved an average of X, Y, Z over my price to compare since I've been on this product. Are they gonna switch away because they saw that? Don't you think they'll appreciate the fact that they saw that they dipped below? But does that overall wipe out the total value of what they're getting? This is transparency. It's awake and an alert customer. And people like to be aware. They like to feel like they're not getting one pulled over on, right? Excellent. So in the presentation, Autopilot is our flagship product. It's the product that's going to drive really the innovation and the growth at this current stage. That doesn't mean that these aren't extremely valuable products that everybody needs. And I was looking at these when we first were going through this suite of products and we were going through deciding which products we wanted and where we wanted to put our effort. 4 of these products I use independent of ViVE. Not these products, but these categories, right? I was a subject to theft, identity theft. What was the stat? Do you remember the stat that Cammie shared that said the average incident was a loss to the consumer, the person whose identity was theft? How much?
4,300.
4,100 and some odd dollars, right? So $4,000. My ID was stolen, my wife's purse was stolen, our window was smashed in our car, and her purse was taken. And that happened at midnight, because I parked the car at 11:30 at night. This was Halloween night at 11:30, I'm driving to my in-laws, very nice upper end neighborhood, parked it in a cul-de-sac, long cul-de-sac. Safest neighborhood you could possibly imagine, right? Parked it at 11:30, came out at 7 a.m. to grab my wife's purse. Window was smashed, so from midnight, basically, to when I reported it at 7 a.m. and shut off all the cards, they had pulled $4,000, almost exactly. They had pulled $4,000 from accounts, put it on our gas cards, put it on all from a smash and grab. So I have since 2008, so 10 years, I have paid for a identity theft protection. This is almost 25%, costs 25% of what I pay. So to have that same kind of value, for me, that's a very personal product that I'm so excited that we are now offering, especially at the price point that we're offering. So AAA, I've been a AAA member for, who has AAA, right? So look, just in this swath of a room, you have almost half the hands that have gone up that pay for a fairly competitive product to what we already have. So is there a demand in the market? You bet there is. That's why I love that these products make life better. So you'll start to see, and Cammie I think gave a really good kind of future vision of it. Autopilot right now is currently for your energy. But wouldn't it be nice to have Autopilot for a series of other things in your life that you can just set and forget and not have So the bundled price, really from a consultant perspective, you've built value in the individual products. In the end, you want to bundle. Why would they want to bundle? They want to save. Why pay $20 for one product when I can get 3 for 30? Do you see the bulk buy mentality? And then, well, if I can do that, why not get the entire Better Life bundle? Get everything for even bigger discount. Because why wouldn't I want all of it? Why wouldn't I want medical? Why wouldn't I want conceal? Why wouldn't I want credit watch? So we've really put this in a situation where you can grow an amazing business providing value. And guess what? Those are available in every market. When I say every market, every state. So we have a nationwide offering. Flagship product happens to be in deregulated energy states. Which guess what? We all live in one. So we have an opportunity to really grow a very big business on the back of some really great offers. Better vision. So if you didn't believe in Cammie and what she was bringing, what she was building, what she was creating, from a culture perspective, and if you didn't believe in Kevin and his ability and his whole you know, tech.
Cuts us deep, doesn't it?
If you didn't believe that sort of, I mean, could you just listen to him for hours in talking about, in his very engineer-esque way, about how cool he thinks this stuff is? If that wasn't authentic, if you didn't believe in that, it would be really difficult to follow. It'd be difficult to follow Candy if you didn't believe that our heart and soul is behind this. Who has a letter from themselves at 15 selling them on their idea of how cool this is at this stage in their life? There's just some authenticity about her creativity, and you can see that as a teenager. So the Better Vision, this company is led by vision. There is a roadmap of where this needs to go, and it's just now what's the best way to get to that end result. So keep in mind, we are in this for the long haul. We are passionate about making Vive a legacy company. And where we can control all the points, that's possible. These are our three kind of core pillars.